Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for. I realize that we have 120,000 returning viewers. Thank you for always coming back to just find out what is new on this end. I want to analyze something on Musalia Mudavadi's politics and on the U-turn that he's likely to make sure that he can save his political career from the Ruto rumble. But just before that, I want to do an explainer a bit about this trending topic about the State House meeting that was called by President. Actually, there is a screenshot that is I saw it in Twitter last night, that was Wednesday night, that the President had invited Central Kenya elected leaders, governors, and senators in State House on Friday. And I think Jeremiah Kioni was also in KTN. And he also mentioned, Jeremiah Kioni is the Secretary General of the Jubilee Party. And he also mentioned, confirmed that there was a meeting. So, but today in the morning, I think Kanzedena, the Uhuru Kenyatta's, the State House spokesperson, mentioned that the meeting was fake and there was no such meeting. Now, when I did my own fact check, this morning you saw the likes of Moses Kuria, Kimani Chungwa, not Kimani Chungwa, I think I saw Moses Kuria, Alice Wahome, and Susan Kihika telling the president that they are not invited there, that they are not going for that meeting. And Moses Kuria gave a list of around 37 leaders who were to attend that meeting. So this is the truth. Yes, there was a meeting that was called at State House, but that meeting was not, the invitation was not extended to UDA members of parliament. These fellas just faked the invitation on their end. They tried to assume to Kenyans that President Uhuru Kenyatta is looking for them, and that's why they were invited in that meeting. I don't think. That is not it. So let's get back to our topic. How Mudavadi can save himself from Ruto rumble. The biggest blunder that Musalia Mudavadi did before joining William Ruto, the problem was never joining William Ruto, but the problem is he did not gel with the community, so he did not carry himself with the Luhya nation. After that, the latest defection, we saw the defections from ANC to ODM and to DAPK, but DAPK became the newest home for some of the defectors from UDA, from ANC. George Khaniri, who has been a long-term politician around Musalia Mudavadi, and is actually, George Khaniri is Mudavadi's senator in Vihiga, one of the elected with ANC, George Khaniri has dumped the Musalia Mudavadi party and joined the UDM, a party that belongs to Cyrus Jirongo. That came just recently. Cleophas Malala is fighting with Khalwale in Kakamega. And interestingly, there is something that Musalia Mudavadi needs to look at. He's going to be destroyed on two grounds. The Ruto Demolition mission on him is on two grounds. One, weak, and he's going to lose on elected members of parliament and MCAs and these elective positions. He's going to lose on that. Two, he's going to lose on ground in terms of his personal popularity. Because Cleophas Malala and Khalwale have not agreed. And Deputy President have realized that the ODM candidate, or rather the DAPK and the Azimio team, are likely to take that seat, the Kakamega governor. So he's trying to convince Malala to rather just go back and seek the Senate seat, a seat that he's highly likely to win and retain. Now the plan here is the candidate that will be more formidable to give Azimia run for their money in Kakamega will be Malala, but Malala is ANC. Now, if Khalwale goes and misses it, Ruto is not busy that seat. And Malala then, at the end of the day, Mudavadi will not have a say in Kakamega County if he doesn't win the governor's seat. So the script is very easy. He also wants to uproot Mudavadi from the Kakamega. You can see that many aspirants are now moved. Many aspirants have moved from ANC to DAPK. And actually, according to the latest report, that the aspirants that are seeking elective seats in Western are going more on the DAPK than both ODM, ANC, and even Ford Kenya. DAPK is receiving more aspirants from Western Kenya. Now that is by design or something, but you understand also the dynamics in politics. So just on these two grounds, Musalia Mudavadi's party ANC is dead. Dead and dusted. So what are the options? Because that is the question that then remains. Because if he's not going to find elected leaders from Western, then they happen not even to win the presidency, or they even happen not to form the government, then politically is again away for another 5 years. So let's face it, just in light of the latest political developments that we have seen, there have been a heated debate. There are these two instances lately that are now cropping up these observations. Initially, when Mudavadi joined William Ruto, my position was that he was not there to go and seek the running mate. My position had been that he was influenced and he simply didn't want to work with Raila Odinga. He was just going there as a protest against Raila Odinga. But that protest seems to be, it became more poisonous on his political future. That is it. So guys, kindly, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to this channel and also like this video. What can Mudavadi do and what are likely to happen? One of the most likely event that Mudavadi must now look at is to make a U-turn and stop or reduce the hard tone on Raila Odinga, but then attack the president. This is what I feel. If Mudavadi did not go to William Ruto and Raila makes the Azimio government with Mudavadi, in Raila Odinga's succession politics, Mudavadi will be at the center of it. It will be very easy to Raila to say Mudavadi tosha than any other candidate. But that notwithstanding, attacking Raila fan base is making him lose 3 counties: Kakamega, Vihiga, Busia. That is the western bit, because Raila have many supporters in these areas. So that is going to make him not inherit the traditional fan base of Raila Odinga, which will be his biggest bargaining power if he's going to seek political office. And number 2, how about if Musalia Mudavadi is thinking of bolting out of the race so that he can go to the ballot? In the likely event that he doesn't get the running mate position from the Deputy President William Ruto, which will be the thing, he can seize that moment. And this can both be two-way. This can both be agreed as a strategy, maybe scatter Western vote if that can still be implemented, or also to save his political future. I want to believe first, in 2013, Musalia Mudavadi got 400,000 votes, and he was on a ballot as a presidential candidate. Now, in 2022, if he is not on the ballot and he's supporting Deputy President, he's not going to bring more votes than when he was in the ballot. So if he was to take the Western Kenya vote to himself, and he decides to go to the ballot, he can at least get a chunk. And you never know, if things don't work well, if things fall into different places, then it can even force a rerun. But I don't want to go there because IBC is saying they don't have money for that rerun. So in the event that he doesn't get a running mate, it will be a prime opportunity to crash out of Kenya Kwanza walk out in protest, and then decide because of that betrayal, maybe say that we agreed that I was going to be the running mate. Then after that, he goes to the ballot. And he goes to the ballot as a presidential candidate, the leaders who are going to coalesce around ANC, and with that he can garner some few MCAs and MP seats from Western, because it will be an element of betrayal. Even though when he does that, the rallying call will be for him to join Azimio, which will still save face from Musalia Mudavadi. And number 3, I think for the ANC party, and they have the Secretary General from Gema Nation, the ANC party must focus on winning seats outside central Kenya. And this they can do by capitalizing on the monopoly of UDA in Kenya Kwanza. All the other leaders, like from Western and Rift Valley, that might crash out of the nominations by UDA, I think ANC should rush in time and give them that space so that they can allow that inter-Kenya Kwanza competition. Like for example, Rift Valley, if somewhere in Nandi or Wasegishu, they can still have a candidate for ANC and a candidate for UDA. Musalia Mudavadi garnered seats, I think a governor seat in Lamu. So I think that will be the direction. Lastly, whatever it takes by hook or crook, he should make sure he is the running mate to Deputy President William Ruto. If he is not the running mate, I think his political goose is cooked in the event that Kenya Kwanza do not form the next government. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my analysis on Musalia Mudavadi's move. Again, what do you think?